Thank you so much for joining us today at Everyday Yoga. This is a live Zoom recording of a class that I am leading with my little sister today. I love my little sister a lot, and I hope that some of that love spills out onto anybody else who might be watching this recording later on. So whether you're here with me today or later on down the road, I welcome you. I appreciate you coming to this class, coming to this video, and I hope that you have had a good week and that you will continue to do so moving forward. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're gonna start on our mats in a nice comfortable seat. This first part of the class, if you'd like to do it from a chair or a couch or something like that, you could probably do that as well if sitting cross-legged on the floor is not comfortable for you. We have nearby blocks, a yoga strap, Bolster, which we both got for this new season, Bolster to help do some yin yoga type of practices. And we'll maybe incorporate some or all of these things for sure, the Bolster as we move along through our practice today. So if you have anything like that, a yoga block or a yoga strap, or a bolster, or if you don't have those things, you can use a Kleenex box or a heavy book. You could use a stack of pillows or blankets to replace the bolster, cushions from your couch or your bed. Let's see what else. Oh, and a strap. You might use a scarf or a long towel or even an old t-shirt or something to be used as a strap. So let's just go ahead for a moment here and become present in this moment. For right now, this time together as we practice is sacred. And we can let go of everything that's happened so far today, everything that has happened previously in our lives, things that we wish may have happened that didn't. We can let go of stressing about the future or fear of the future, because right here, right now, in this moment, we are safe, we are okay, we are better than okay, in fact. I was just telling my little sister, my beautiful little sister, that yoga is not a practice to make you better. It is a practice to show you that you are perfect, exactly who you are. It is a practice that helps you uncover who that authentic self is, to shed all of the masks and all of the linings and all of the shutting down of the things you would normally have said and the trying to be something that you're not to please somebody else. It is a practice to help you get beyond all of that to the core of you. Perfect, beautiful, worthy of love and of belonging. So remember that right here, right now, you are perfect. And we are just going to uncover that throughout this practice and hopefully throughout your future yoga practices as well. And yoga off the mat too, but that's another day. So in this comfortable seat, let's find the present moment. As you keep your eyes open, look around the room and see if you can notice 4 things in the space where you are, moving from top to bottom. Maybe you see a painting, maybe your window is open and you see the cloudy sky. Whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's notice 3 things that you can hear from far away to close to you. You might hear a train off in the distance. You might hear construction. You might hear the sounds of your family members, be they furry, feathery, or otherwise. Just notice those 3 things. And then we'll notice two things, the inhale and the exhale. And at this point, if you'd like to close your eyes, if you're comfortable with that, as you notice those two things, the inhale and the exhale, let's notice one more thing, your heart that is at the center of it all, the center of you, the center of your love for yourself and for others. And maybe place your left hand over your heart space and take your right hand over the top of the left. And just gently hold your heart in your hands. And I like to do this sometimes when I'm on a difficult Zoom call for work, especially if the camera is up above here and nobody can see me, or if I'm having a difficult conversation with somebody, or if I'm just feeling like I need some love, and I just hold my heart. Holding your tender, beautiful heart in your hands. Continue to notice that inhale and that exhale. Maybe you can feel the beat of your heart beneath your palms. Maybe you can begin to slow the inhale and the exhale. Taking longer to draw air down to the belly. And extending the exhale, letting the air out very slowly and softly. Nice big breath in. Soft, gentle breath out. And then holding your heart, continuing that nice, soft, gentle breath. Go ahead and lift your chin up towards the sky just a little bit and draw your heart down towards the belly. Noticing a stretch across the front of your throat. If this is hard on the back of your neck, just draw your chin in towards the heart until it's no longer an issue. But you can take your head back as far as feels comfortable for you, and maybe move your head just a little bit from side to side, getting a stretch across your throat. You might feel a stretch all the way up to your ears as you move from side to side. You might feel some tension releasing in the jaw. This can also activate the throat chakra here. The color of the throat chakra is a beautiful sky blue or a turquoise blue. You might visualize that color as you open the throat chakra. And this is the place where we find our authentic selves, our authentic voice, where we can communicate to be understood as well as to understand. And coming back to center, let's go ahead and release the hands down and bring them to the thighs or knees and just roll the shoulders gently up and back and down. Opening the heart, tucking the chin and drawing the crown of the head and the tips of the ears up towards the sky. And then let's take the palms together and rub the hands, getting a nice gentle warming here, creating some heat, creating some energy. And then you might release the palms just a little bit and hold them maybe an inch or so away from each other. And notice what you feel. Do you feel a pulse of energy in between your palms, created from that heat? Maybe you can play with it a little bit, drawing it out and pressing it back towards your hands. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. I did not either the first 3 years I tried this. It takes a while sometimes. Sometimes it's the very first time. And then let's go ahead and open our palms up to the sky and just gently close the fingers in towards the palms and open the hands towards the sky. Just getting a little bit of movement in the palms, some awareness of the fingertips touching the heels of the hands or the palms as they curl inward. A little stretch across the palms as they open out. And then let's take our thumb to our index fingers and then take the thumbs to the middle fingers and then the thumbs to the fourth finger and then to the pinky. Let's do that again backwards. Pinky, fourth finger, middle finger, index finger. Let's do that a couple more times, maybe really slow, maybe really fast. And just focus on the sensation between your fingertips and your thumbs. And then let's just go ahead and shake the arms out. Get some wiggles out. Maybe take the head down, wiggle the legs from side to side a little bit, and then come back to stillness. And just notice the breath. Notice the heart space. And then let's go ahead and move to our backs. So if you're sitting on any kind of prop or anything, go ahead and take it and set it aside, but keep it nearby because you never know when it may come in handy. And if you have a strap or scarf or something else that could serve as a strap, go ahead and get a hold of that now. Really long sock might even work too. One of those boot socks. I don't know about you, but I have not worn my boots in quite some time. We're going to come all the way down to the back. And we're going to have the knees pointed up to the sky. Feet flat on the floor. Let's just take our knees from side to side a little bit and kind of windshield wipe them from one side to the other. Maybe spread the arms out wide in a T shape. And as the knees go to the left, take your gaze out across your right palm, getting a little twist. And as the knees go to the right, gaze out over to the left palm and beyond. Just back and forth, a little gentle movement here. Twists are great for digestion. So during the holidays, which we are in December of 2021 right now, we tend to eat more rich food than we typically would. And so anything that aids the digestion is nice to tap into every now and again. And then let's just come back to center and draw the knees in towards the chest, one at a time, and give yourself a little hug. Maybe rock gently from side to side. Maybe rotate the ankles in one direction and then in the other. Maybe flex and point the feet, or if the pointing of the feet gives you cramps, you might come into those Barbie feet, pressing the balls of the feet rather than into the toes. And then take a hold of your strap or whatever prop you're using and go ahead and bring it across the bottoms of both feet. So you don't want to be right here in the arch of the foot. You want to be up across the ball of the foot, just underneath the toes. Especially if you have plantar fasciitis or something like that, you don't want to have any kind of pressure on the arches of the feet. So both feet in the strap, strap across the balls just underneath the toes, and we'll straighten the legs and press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Now, especially if you have tight hamstrings, your legs might be bent. That's okay. Just bring them as straight as feels comfortable for you. Just finding your edge where you get some sensation, where you get some stretch across the back of the legs. Maybe flex the feet and press the heels up towards the sky. Holding on to the straps in each hand. So the left side of the strap is in the left hand, the right side of the strap is in the right hand. Just make sure that your shoulders and the back of your head, the back of your neck are comfortably anchored down to the earth. You don't want to be up here like this. You want to be drawing firmly on the strap, but not to compromise your back body. And maybe draw those toes a little bit farther up towards your forehead. Flexing the feet, pressing into the heels. Notice what you feel in the calves, in the hamstrings, maybe all the way down into the glutes. And just give it a few breaths here. We tend to move so quickly through exercise programs, through our day as we do things for work or around the house. But giving your body a chance to acclimate to this new posture can help to release tension, muscle stress, fascia, as well as this inversion of the legs can help reboot the lymphatic system and send oxygen-rich blood back down towards the heart and towards the brain. A lot of benefits here. One more full breath here. And then go ahead and release the left foot back down to the mat and just keep the right ball of the foot in the strap. And we're gonna inhale here with the leg extended. And as we exhale, let's bend the knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend the knee. Inhale to extend, flexing the foot. Exhale to bend the knee, relaxing the foot a little bit here. One more time. And the next time you extend the legs, stay here. We're going to take the straps, both straps, into the right hand. Hopefully you only have one. I don't want to be non-inclusive though. Maybe some people have two. I don't know. And then we'll send that left arm out to the side, perpendicular with the body. Inhale here, and as you exhale, allow the right foot to come out towards the right side while keeping this left hip anchored down to the mat. So it might not come very far before you start to tilt over to the right. We don't want to do that. We want to keep nice and anchored here. So if holding your hand on the left hip helps to anchor you, do that. Or you can have that arm extended if that feels better. And we're just going to allow that right leg to come out towards the right side. Getting a little bit of strengthening here as well as a little stretch, and you might even draw that leg towards your shoulder, getting more of a stretch in the back of the leg. If you already have a practice or you're very limber, the leg may come all the way down to the side, maybe even all the way to the floor. You may even be able to reach the foot from here with your hand. I cannot do that, hence the strap. So anywhere along that scale of movement here is wonderful. And so we'll inhale and lift the leg back up to center. This time we'll switch the two straps into the left hand and send the right hand out to the right side. And we'll take the leg towards the left. And this can be quite intense in the outside of the right calf, the outside of the right thigh, that IT band. And just breathing here, stretching to your comfort level. If you want a little bit more, you could come farther to the left, or you could straighten the left leg for a more intense, in-depth stretch. Whatever feels good to you here, just explore it and see what floats your boat today. And we'll bring the sole of the left foot back to the earth if it's not there already, and the sole of the right foot back up towards the sky. And then we'll take the left foot back into the strap and release the right foot down to the mat. And from here, we'll hold both straps, one in each hand. We'll inhale to flex the foot, pressing the heel up towards the sky. And exhale to bend the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, press or bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knee. Last time we'll inhale to extend. And then we'll take the two straps in the left hand this time and either anchor the right hip down to the mat with your hand or send the right hand out perpendicular with the body. And we'll gently allow that left leg to come out towards the left. Only go as far as is comfortable for you, where you can still be tapped into and connected to your breath. If the breathing becomes really labored here, back off just a little bit. Or you might decide you want to go a little deeper and allow the left leg to come closer to the earth, getting more of a stretch on the inner thigh. Maybe reaching for that left foot, maybe getting that yogic toe lock there with the two first fingers. Keeping that right hip anchored. And then we'll inhale and bring that leg back up to center, pressing the sole of the foot towards the sky. Send that left arm out perpendicular to the body and take the left leg across towards the right. Might not go very far, and it might be more or less than the first side. It's just because we're not completely symmetrical. Flexing that foot, maybe finding length through the right leg, stretching it out across the mat. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll bring the sole of the right foot back to the mat if it's not there already. Left foot back up to the sky. Release the strap and set it aside. And then draw the knees in towards the heart, hugging them in, maybe inviting the nose towards the knees here. Realigning the spine and the hips and the neck and shoulders. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet back down towards the earth and either roll to one side or the other, or rock and roll up to a seat. Rocking back and forth across the length of the spine, getting a little bit of a massage back there. If you have a ponytail or a hood, that might get in the way. And this is where we're gonna take our bolsters into play. So depending on how much cat hair is on your bolster. Okay, I love my cat. She's got lots of hair though. But depending on how long your bolster is or how thick your bolster is, you might want to bring some blocks or folded up blankets or towels into play. If the bolster is not very thick, you can set it on top of a couple of blocks like this to bring it up a little bit higher. If your bolster is not very long, you could use a block or two or a pillow at the end to make it a little longer. Just depends on what you're using it for. Today, we are going to use it for a heart opening, kind of a supported fish pose. So my bolster is pretty long, so I'm going to sit up on top of the bolster. If your bolster is shorter or not very thick, you might sit right in front of it. So I'll show both ways depending on what your bolster is like. So if I had a thinner bolster, or if I was a taller person, I could be sitting right here at the end, walk my hands back, and just recline down over the bolster like this. You can send your arms open out to the sides. You can find length through the legs. You could bring the soles of the feet together and find Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. And just allow the heart to open. Allow the collarbones to slide away from one another. If you're already in a comfortable position, stay there, but I'm gonna just show how to use a longer bolster like the one I have here. I'm just gonna sit right on it and come back down just exactly the way I did the first time. And as you can see, it's not quite long enough. So I'm going to grab a couple of blocks and bring them here at the end to support my head. You can have the knees bent in this position. You can have the feet as wide as the mat and allow the knees to come in toward one another. You can have palms down on the earth for a more grounding experience, or you can turn the palms up to the sky for a more uplifting experience. Maybe an experience of receiving what the universe has for you out there today. Or maybe an experience of offering the light and the love that is within you right back to the universe and how it can be used for good. So find that position that feels good to you, where you can kind of keep your neck tucked a little bit. I could actually find a little bit more height here in my block. You can stack these blocks super creatively. So I got the bottom one horizontally in the lowest position, and then the top one in the second position that's kind of medium height, so that my chin can be tucked comfortably. So it may take a little bit to adjust and get yourself into a comfortable position, but once you're there, we're going to stay there for several breaths, just allowing the body to progressively relax, bringing calm and healing to our nervous systems. Bringing your attention back to that nice breath we cultivated at the beginning of class. Inhaling nice and deeply. Exhaling slowly and softly. Relaxing the forehead, the muscles in the face. Relaxing the jaw. Allowing the collarbones to just soften away from one another as the shoulders relax down towards the earth and the elbows are heavy. Noticing the sensation of the contact between your back body and the support underneath you. And as we're opening up the front of the body here, we're also counteracting all the sitting that we do in our culture. I don't know about you, but I sit a lot for my job. I love to watch movies and TV, and so I sit on my couch for that. I sit and make paintings, make art sometimes, but that's all hunched forward over devices or tasks. And that's when you see those people with a kind of a hunchback and a jutting out neck. And we can counteract that through our yoga practice. Opening up our bodies physically, as well as opening up to become closer to our authentic selves, energetically and lovingly. Maybe allow yourself to be a little excited about letting that true self come to be. Wherever you are, let's just find some stillness for 3 more nice deep breaths. Continuing to soften. And after you've found those nice, soft 3 breaths, go ahead and gently roll yourself off of your bolster to one side or the other, or you can tuck the chin and press into the palms and push yourself up to a tall seat. Whatever feels good here for you. And for now, we'll just set the bolster and any other supports you have aside. And then let's go ahead and come to tabletop position, to hands and knees, and just do a few cat-cows here. So we've already twisted the spine from side to side. Now we're going to open and close the spine. 2 of the 6 ways our spine moves. So let's inhale, cow, maybe tucking the toes under, maybe bending the elbows, drawing the heart forward. Exhale, cat, pressing into the palms, pressing into the tops of the feet and drawing that belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, cow, toes tucked or flat on the mat. Exhale, rounding up into cat. Inhale, cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the heart, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, cat, and stay in cat, continuing to breathe. And maybe just wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side as if you're kind of slowly wagging your tail. And then we'll go ahead and sit back on the heels and come into hero's pose. Bringing the hands to the tops of the thighs, and we'll get the last 2 of the 6 spinal movements in, going from side to side. So go ahead and bring the right fingertips down towards the earth. We'll inhale to reach the left fingertips up towards the sky, and then exhale, drawing the left fingertips over towards the right, getting a nice stretch in the left side body. Inhale the fingertips back up towards the sky, and exhale to release the left fingertips down towards the earth. We'll inhale the right fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, stretching through the right side body. Inhale back up to the sky, and exhale to release. And let's just move like that, nice and slow from side to side. Just flowing gently like water here. And maybe you might want to come up onto your knees a little bit, getting a little bit deeper. So the next time you bring your fingertips down, you could push up, lifting the hips and reaching over just a little bit farther. Bringing the fingertips down and pushing up into the hips. Anywhere along that spectrum, whatever feels good to you. We'll do one more time each side. And then we'll come back to center to your hero's pose. Go ahead and bring the palms back to the mat and just tap the feet out a little bit. And then we'll bring the big toes together. Take the knees as wide as the mat, and we're going to use the bolster again. So bringing the bolster right in between the knees here. We'll get ready for a nice supported child's pose, Balasana. Go ahead and creepy crawl those fingertips forward and out over the bolster. Coming into a supported child's pose that feels good to you. Turning your cheek to one side or the other so that your temple and your cheek can rest on the bolster. And we will switch directions, so we'll get some even movement in the neck here. So don't worry about that. I'll let you know when to stretch. Hips can be anchored down to the heels here, or they can be lifted, especially if your bolster is thick. Again, you can place blocks underneath the bolster if you want it to come up a little bit higher. You might adjust the flesh of the breasts and the flesh of the belly to get really nice and comfortable here so that you're not smushing anything and making anything uncomfortable. And we'll just find some stillness here again. Hands can be palms up for that uplifting experience, or palms down for the grounded experience. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever feels good to you. Inhale here, notice the back body expanding. And as you exhale, notice where you can find a little more softness, let go of a little more tension. Continuing to breathe like that, expanding through the back body as you inhale. Softening as you exhale. Noticing the low back expand as you inhale. Surrender the weight of your body to gravity as you exhale. We'll find 3 more breaths here on this side. Continuing to soften, continuing to relax, continuing to let go of any control here. No effort at all needs to be expended here. None. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch your cheek to the opposite side. Should have put my hair up first, but I forgot to grab a hair tie. Maybe take a couple cleansing breaths here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth with a sigh. One more time. Maybe switch your palm position. Maybe you've had them down for a while and you want to flip them upward to see how that changes the sensations, or vice versa. Notice the little stretch in the neck. Allow the hips to be really, really heavy. And breathe. Two more full breaths here. And then we'll turn the head back to center and begin to walk ourselves back up to a tall seat. We're gonna take the bolster across the mat now and come on to your back. And we will find a supported rest position here. So center yourself on your mat and bring your knees over the bolster. Mine is really thick, so my feet are just kind of hanging out here. So you could use a pillow or some folded up blankets or blocks if you'd like a little support underneath the feet. And then we'll just go ahead and kind of walk our way down to our palms and then our forearms and come all the way to the back. You can open up your arms to the sky here. And breathe. This is a lovely way to release tension at the end of the day, or any time of day, really. Maybe take a couple more cleansing breaths here, centering yourself, coming back to awareness of that heart center and the throat. Allowing your heart to love yourself. We spend so much of our time trying to be what other people want us to be or what we think they want us to be so that we can feel loved and accepted. But maybe you can take this time to love and accept yourself exactly the way you are, exactly the way you're meant to be. With all of the emotions involved in being human, some of them messy, some of them wonderful, some of them both messy and wonderful. Acknowledging that we're just human, that we're all humans, but that we are at our core a divine soul living a human experience. Two more breaths here. And then we'll come into our final Shavasana. So you can just stay here if that feels good to you. Or you can remove the bolster and the blocks and come flat to the mat, stretching the legs out long, stretching the arms out long. And resting with the palms up towards the sky and legs just relaxing. I think I will take my final Shavasana right where I am. Let's just bring our attention down to the feet, allowing them to be soft and relaxed. Allowing the calves and the knees and the thighs to be heavy. Excuse me. Allowing the hips to be heavy and the belly to be soft. Noticing the connection of your back body on the support of your mat underneath you. Allow the arms to be heavy like wet noodles. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Tucking the chin to keep the neck long and relaxing the face and the forehead. Just find a few more quiet breaths here in stillness. Knowing that you are doing something really amazingly wonderful here for your nervous system, to allow your body to heal, allow your spirit to heal. Allow your mind to heal. Yoga in Sanskrit means unity. Not only are we all unified here on this earth, dependent on this earth and on each other, but to also unify within ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our spirit, so that they are functioning separately, doing what they do best, but together in support of one another. Go ahead and pause this video if you like and stay here in Shavasana for as long as time allows. If you're ready to close the practice, go ahead and reach your arms up towards the sky. Bring the palms together and then bring the thumbs to the third eye center, right between the brows. From your heart, the place of love. From your throat to the place of authenticity. To your third eye, the place of intuition. Bring trust and honor and gratitude and respect to these places in yourself. And I bring trust and honor and respect and gratitude to these places within you. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.